The CDC reports that 1 in 4 Americans experience a mental health issue over the course of a year, and 50% over the course of their lifetime. Each patient adversely affects up to 10 of their loved ones. Mental illness is not a rare issue. This isn't something that affects other people. These are our fathers, our sisters, our mothers, our friends, the person sitting next to you at church on a Sunday morning. This is us. This could be you sitting there silently suffering because of the stigma of mental illness. At His Heart Foundation, we want to clearly communicate that mental illness, it's not a spiritual issue, but it can affect your relationship with God. At His Heart, we're here to help break that stigma of mental illness. Through our counseling referrals, we are going to connect you with a counselor that specializes in your area of need.
I was an absolute wreck. I had come off a horrid, terribly destructive, manic episode, which could have cost my life, cost everything that was dear to me, my marriage, living with my kids. And I knew I needed help. And my insurance had changed, and it was horrible. I called and called and called. Hours and days to try to find a counselor. And my friends would say, oh, it doesn't matter if they're a Christian, or it doesn't matter if it's a male or female. And I was adamant. I'm like, yeah, it matters to me. I got connected with His Heart. I've been going to Rebecca for about 5 months, and to be connected with a Christian woman was such a blessing. I was glad that I stuck to my guns and I knew what I needed. And it gives me a lot of confidence because I know she's experienced with bipolar illness.
Mental illness is such a beast, and to know that we have somebody besides ourselves to talk with, to partner with, to get training from is a huge, huge benefit for us as a pastor. We love our people. We love people for sure, but oftentimes we don't have the tools to help them in regards to specific mental illness. And so to be able to have those tools readily available to us whenever we need them is absolutely huge. And that's had a direct impact on how we interact with our congregation. And not just our congregation, our friends that don't even go to church, our friends that go to other churches. It's just proven to be absolutely amazing as we interact with them walking through the journey of mental illness. Stacy and I would look at each other and say, this is the perfect fit for His Heart Foundation because they care about who they are as individuals. They've vetted all of these counselors and these agencies. They know people, and we know His heart. And we know that they are going to do their absolute best to pair the challenge with a solution to the best of their ability. And so that relational component there, that relational connection is absolutely huge for us. And so we don't guess anymore. We know exactly where to send people. We know exactly what website to send them to. We know exactly what phone number to give them. We know what name to give them. And when you're walking through mental health challenges, that is huge. Not only for the person walking through it, but for a pastor especially, walking through it with them. And how it plays out with His Heart Foundation is just such a huge, huge benefit for us as pastors, for us as churches, and for the people that we love and we care about.
Mental health counseling with a professional is something that helps people change. There's not only different research that shows that, but a lot of people's stories of how they've changed, that they've first had someone they can trust and talk about stuff that they may not have told anybody. In that process of being able to speak that and say that and have someone truly understand their experience, to graciously accept them for where they're at and who they are, and help them move forward is one of the privileges as a counselor I get to experience, but also one of the experiences that clients get to have as they go through trauma experiences, or maybe just other tragic struggles in relationships. Clients have come to Karis and we've seen the changes in them because of His Heart's foundation and what they've done. One, and primarily because they help these clients get over the hurdle of getting into counseling. They've helped them understand the process, talk through the barriers that they were experiencing, like who do I trust, who do I call, how do I afford it, whether it's insurance or out of pocket or discounts, all those different things that can make getting into counseling difficult. So His Heart has made that possible. And now they're in counseling, they're addressing those things. They're now able to experience the change that seemed impossible before.
We're also going to come alongside you and help with educating you. Through our online education, with our blog, we have a team of writers. They're licensed counselors and doctors who are there to help support you in learning about mental health education, learning tips and tricks that will help you sustain a better mental health overall. We are constantly creating new online courses to help both those suffering with mental illness and their loved ones. Together with the local church, we are committed to breaking the stigma of mental illness.